Hi everyone! Today I just finished my Christmas shopping, and not only was I super excited to get away from those crowded malls, but I was also excited to come home and wrap all the presents that I bought. So today I'm going to be showing you the basic present wrapping technique, as well as some cute ways to spice up the designs of your presents with some decorations. So I have 4 mini tutorials wrapped up into this one video, so let's get started. So today I'm going to be using this lovely red snowflake paper. I've already cut and measured it. The key thing to remember when you're measuring your paper before you cut it is the size of your present. So basically you want to make sure that your present will fit the full width of it twice, as well as the width of these little sides. You want to include that as well. So we have enough space here. Next, if you're wrapping something that doesn't have a lot of depth to it, like this, you're going to want to make sure your paper is also the right length. So it's a good idea to measure this size on one side of your paper and then again on the other side of your paper. So since we have a bit of excess, I'm just going to trim that off. So now take your paper, and it's actually a good idea to look at the other side and see how you want the paper to look. So I want these snowflakes to be centered. So check where it's going to be and center it and flip it back over. So if you have a little bit of unsteady hands when you're cutting, you'll end up with scissor marks that look really uneven on your paper, and this doesn't look very nice. So basically, this trick that I learned is to fold your paper over, just like that, just about 1 centimeter or so. And then when you fold it back, you're left with a nice straight line. So pull the paper tight to make sure the gift is tightly wrapped, and then you can tape it down. I like to use 3 pieces of tape, 1 in the center, and 1 towards each end. Now for the ends of your box. Fold your paper downwards and pinch the corners and make them into sort of a triangle. Then fold these inwards and fold the bottom upwards, making a crease. So you should be left with a sort of triangular shape, just like that. Simply fold it upwards. And again, you can use the same edge trick with this, where you fold it over slightly before you fold it up, and you're left with a nice straight line. And simply repeat on the other side. And there you have a lovely wrapped gift. For this present, which we just wrapped, I'm going to be using this type of basic ribbon that comes on a spool like this. So I'm going to get a piece that's twice the length of the box, as well as twice the width, and then a bunch of extra just for curling. So we're going to just cut off a piece that's easy enough to work with. Now try and find the halfway point of your ribbon, and when you think you've found it, go ahead and wrap it around your present, and in the back, tie it once. It's good to make a full knot here. I know that the ribbon can be a little bit difficult to work with when it's long, but it'll definitely create a nice effect when you're done. And then pull the rest of the ribbon towards the front. Slide one side underneath the ribbon that you already have made. And then repeat with the other side. And now, just tie a knot right there. And now here comes the fun part where we're going to curl the ribbons. So take a pair of scissors and open it up like this. Take your ribbon and follow its natural curve. So it naturally is curving this way, so I'm just going to turn the box. And what you're going to do is put the scissor up against the ribbon, and you want to pull against the ribbon, so pull towards you. You should hear a little bit of a sound when you're doing this. Now, if you pull tightly, you're going to get a nice, very tight curl like this. I ended up slipping before finishing, so you can just finish off where you left off. And there you go. And if it's curled the wrong way, like this, you can easily fix it. Just go find the place where it twists incorrectly, which is right here, and then just loop it around your finger and just keep going until you reach the end. And it's fixed. So this is a very tight curl. We're also going to do a bit of a looser curl. This just means you just don't pull quite as hard when you're making the ribbon curl. Now I want to spice this up a little bit by adding a bit of white. So again, just tie it on to the curls you already have. So just repeat the exact same process with the white ribbon. And there you have it, a beautifully decorated present. So to decorate this present, we're going to use this type of ribbon, which is actually used for making bows, but it can also be used for decorating your wrapped presents. So first figure out where you want to put the ribbon. I'm going to put mine along one side. So stretch it a little bit longer than the length of one side past the top. And then place a small amount of tape right at that top edge, just a small amount. This will just be a placeholder, you can pull it off after. Okay, so flip your present upside down. And now tape the ribbon in place on the back. Just to make sure it's fully in place, put a piece of tape on either side of it. Now you can flip again to the front. Again, make sure it's lined up properly. And here you can just lift your present, holding that ribbon in place. And if necessary, you can slide it a little bit just to make it line up on the back, but lining up on the back isn't completely necessary. So again, tape it down. And now simply snip off the excess. And you can go ahead and remove that extra piece of tape that's there if necessary. If not, you can leave it. And we have a nice simple stripe. So now we can go and add another stripe across the top. So we follow the exact same procedure. Line up the ribbon. Here, rather than making a placeholder, we're just going to directly tape it. Pull the ribbon across. Make sure you pull it nice and tight. And tape it down. Also add a piece of tape to this middle area here where it overlaps. And then you have a nicely decorated box. So now you can finish it off by adding a bow, like a green one or a white one. It really doesn't matter, it's up to you. And this is a very simple yet elegant looking box. So for this final little present, I'm going to be using this translucent decorated bow. It has a wire inside, so if you bend it, it holds its shape. So this is going to be ideal for our decoration. So take the ribbon about halfway and just tie a knot. Make sure that your ribbon stays flat on each side so that it still looks nice. Now we're going to continue to tie a knot. And if you make it a nice loose knot like this, still pull it through, but keep the center looking puffed up and loose looking. Then you could be left with a nice decorative bow. And we're just going to tie it one more time to get a slightly bigger center there. And then just bend your ribbon the way you want it. And then trim it to the exact size that you want it. And then you're left with a cute little decorative bow. And finally, you can also tuck in the sides at the end to create more of a bow tie type look. And it looks really cute.